Now, one of the things that are really important in healing is to awaken your body, to make the energy in your body flow. And it's very easy to do. So what I'd like you to do is to start by shaking your right hand like this and breathing. Make sure you're breathing as you're doing this. And then relax it. And just feel the energy moving through your hand. Is it different to your left hand? So just be aware of it. Let's do the left hand. Again, relax it. Feel the energy moving. Now we're going to go back to your right hand, except we're going to add something. I'd like you to put your tongue to the left side of your mouth, like that. And then shake your hand. And then look at someone and smile. Had to get a laugh somehow. Okay. And the reason we do this is actually to open up your lungs so you can breathe better, so you can get more air in. When you can get more air in, you can actually heal better. And if you're yawning, it's your body trying to tell you to breathe deeper, and that it's actually opening to heal. Okay, relax your hand. And again, just feel the energy moving through your body. Feel the warmth. Now let's do the one more time. And put your tongue onto the other side of your mouth. And then we're going to, again, relax for a minute. Breathing deeply. And now you're going to use both hands, and then you're going to go like that with your tongue. Okay, relax. Now we're going to do a little laughter exercise, because healing has to involve laughter and fun. So even though this is not, I'm not an expert in this, because my husband does laughter therapy, but I figure if I have the courage to do it, you can follow and do it with me. So what we're going to do is go ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Okay, all together now. If I can embarrass myself, we can all do it together. Okay. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. That was good. We'll try it again. I did this one in Singapore and it was great. Went down really well. Everybody was laughing afterwards. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And for good luck, ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Actually, laughter is one of the things that is known to regenerate your body. It's very good for youthing. So when you discover that you don't have to get old, you can laugh a lot and get more youthful, which is a good thing to do. Okay, last thing. What I'd like you to do is to move your whole body so that the whole body gets awakened. Pretend you're belly dancing. Got to move your hips as well with this. And then just to use our voices, and this is nice, feels good, doesn't it? we're going to take a deep breath in and then just let go, because part of healing is also about letting go of things that do not serve you anymore and welcoming something else new. So I'd like you to think of something at the moment that you are ready to let go of. And I'd like you to take a deep breath in and go, one more time. And then I'd like you to think of something that you're ready to receive into your life, and take a deep breath in but still make a sound. So like, that was good. So I'm going to give yourself, before you sit down, a round of applause. That's what that looks like. It's good to get a standing ovation. Okay, you can sit down. We're going to do the process now. And before we do the healing process, I'd just like to read you a little thing that Dr. Bernie Segal wrote for my book. Who knows Dr. Bernie Segal? A few of you? He's not my uncle, even though it would have been nice. He's actually someone who's been doing this kind of work for over 30 years. He was a pioneer. And he was a surgeon initially, and he decided that he didn't want to be a surgeon. He wanted to actually teach people about healing. And so in terms of my intuition, and I just read recently in a book which described what genius is. Do you want to know? That didn't sound like you wanted to know. Yes. Okay, it's better. And what he said was, in the book, that genius is about asking the right question to the soul of the universe. So you formulate a clear question and you ask it, and then when you've asked the question, you let it go. So you just release it, and then you are open to receive the answer when the answer has been formulated in that soul of the universe, so that it can give you what you need. And so this was my little experience with one of many, with Dr. Bernie Segal. I really wanted a doctor to give me a foreword for my book. And I couldn't think of anyone, and he had to be a well-known doctor, and somebody who's really highly regarded. And I couldn't think of anyone that I really felt connection to, that it would be the right person. And so I asked, I said, okay, show me, tell me who the person should be. And so as I was asking, and I let it go, and for the next month I didn't get any responses, and I was like, do you remember the question I asked? Just in case you've forgotten. But the answer I got was, just be patient. And then one day I was with one of my clients and we were doing some healing work. And as I was tuning in to her, I actually felt like, and this is how amazing it is when you're open, I felt this energy, and it was really beautiful and divine, and it kind of like plopped into my head, and it went, Dr. Bernie Segal. And I went, oh my God, how could I have not thought of him? I've actually spent about 5 years interviewing a lot of people in this field, and he was one of them. So I was like, oh. And then I went to see my husband Paul, and I said to him, Dr. Bernie Segal. And he said, oh my God, how could have we not thought of him? And so within 2 days we got on to him, and he sent an email back to us saying that he was interested, send him the book. And then the next week we were walking around. I live in Melbourne in Australia, walking around a very interesting area called St Kilda, and it's quite funky and great place. And as we're walking around, Paul said to me, do you think Dr. Bernie Segal is going to give you a testimonial for your book, or a foreword? And I said, I don't know. And then I turned around and there was a sign and it said Segal. I was like, oh, great. And then I turned back as we were walking, and there was a big truck and it said Bernie. And I said, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. I think he might give me the forward. So within a week, he's quite amazing. He actually sent the forward, and it was very inspiring. I have to say, I have had such amazing support for this book from many doctors, from many different practitioners. Pretty much every modality I could think of, we sent the book to, the different people that we knew and didn't know. And sometimes I would literally sit there and cry because I couldn't believe they would say such nice things about my book. So this is what Bernie Segal said. He said, "The secret language of your body is what the subtitle says it is, the essential guide. You are then likely to ask, but why do I need a guide, and what am I being guided to? My response would be that this book can guide you to the life you were truly meant to live, which the majority of us are not living. Each Monday morning we have more suicides, strokes, illnesses and heart attacks. I think our bodies are trying very hard to tell us something about how our lives, jobs, relationships and attitudes affect our bodies and our health. If we do not pay attention to our feelings and the messages from our body, then our body will assume we do not enjoy life and get us out of here as quickly as possible. I think that is the message of this book, to stop living your untrue self's life, which others have imposed upon you, and to eliminate not yourself, but what is killing you. Thus, by paying attention to the messages from within your body, saving your life." Which I thought was a really deep, profound and a beautiful thing to say, because it's so true, you know. We really, really need to start to pay attention. And when I started the talk, I said this year is important. The vibration of this year is about taking responsibility for who you are. It's about taking actions. It's about valuing yourself. It's actually about saying, you know what, I am valuable enough that I'm going to start to take care of myself so that I can start to take care of who I am within, of who is this person, that I start to ask myself the questions of who am I, that I start to go, you know what, I am so valuable that I'm actually going to take care of myself more than I take care of my car or of my house or of whatever it is that is external to me. And I'm going to say, you know what, I deserve to be taken care of. I deserve to know, to have the skills, to have the tools of how to heal my life. I deserve to spend the time, the energy and the money on myself. It's like, it's the most beautiful thing. You know, people are always often talking about money, you know, and this is expensive, I can't do this for myself and so on. And I think that it's almost like this double-edged sword, because the minute you really say, you know what, I am valuable enough to take care of myself and this is going to help me, it's like the universe goes, okay, I will help you as well. I will give you the money. I will give you what you need because you have decided to do this. And I want to support you, but it requires faith. You know, that one of the big things I discovered was that universe, as we call it, loves us unconditionally. What does this mean? It means that whatever intention you have, whatever you believe about who you are, whatever it is you'd like to, that you really deeply feel and think and experience, it will support you. It's not personal. If you have a belief that you have to suffer, it will go, you know what, there's a better way. But if you really, really insist on suffering, then I will support you. And if you insist on doing that for the rest of your life, I will support you. Whereas there is a difference between your soul and the universe. And your soul says, I don't like this suffering, it's not pleasant. Can we try something different? You know, how about we try something where it feels joyful or healing, instead of this tension, suffering, stress, frustration, anger, whatever that keeps coming up. Let's try something else. They say that insanity is doing the same thing but wanting a different result. And so many people do that. They keep doing the same thing, going, I want something different, I don't want this. It's like, well, it's the same as I have people coming to see me all the time and saying, I don't know why this keeps coming up, I've healed it. And I go, well, if something keeps coming up and repeating over and over again, you haven't healed it. That's how you know. You know you've healed something when it stops happening. And the universe keeps supporting you. So if you decide, you know what, now I'd like to have a really loving experience, it will go, no problem. Let's try this one out. It loves you unconditionally. When you know that, your life starts to become different. Wisdom is one of the biggest keys of healing. I don't believe just in healing where you kind of just, kind of go, oh, I'm just going to do something with my hands, wave my hands around, that's it. We have to look at every aspect. We have to start to recognize who we are. We are not our bodies, we are not our emotions, we are not our thoughts, but we have them, right? So since we have them, we've got to deal with them. And dealing with them means to actually go, you know what, I'm valuable enough to start to look at myself. And how does it feel? I just want you to feel that, to say to yourself, I'm valuable. Deep breath. Let's just do it all together. I'm valuable. I don't know if I believe you. Try this again. I'm valuable. We're going to try it one more time, and I want you to put all your belief into this. So it's not just a word, it's like, take a deep breath in, reflect on what it's like to be really valuable, and then let's really put that out there. Because if you're valuable, you start to behave differently in your life. Your life starts to really change. When you believe you're valuable, everybody else does as well. I've seen this so many times. When people start to really go, you know what, I'm valuable, they get treated differently. One of my clients who's a nurse, she came to see me with with a heart problem. And the doctor said to her, you need a pacemaker. There's nothing you can do about it. She went to Chinese medicine doctors. They said, well, there's not much we can do about this. And I said to her, okay. And she really didn't value herself.